Hello, everybody. It is I, the Desert Viking, and today we are continuing the Builder's Workshop with the fourth episode of the Apocrypha of John, read from the Nag Hammadi Scriptures. Today we move our story forward to the imprisonment of humanity. So when we last talked, Adam had received his spirit. The demiurge realized that he had been tricked into giving up his power, and he booted Adam to the lowest levels of the lowest planar levels. All right, so let's see what happens next. The imprisonment of humanity. The human being Adam was revealed through the bright shadow within, and Adam's ability to think was greater than that of all the creators. When they looked up, they saw that Adam's ability to think was greater, and they devised a plan with the whole throng of archons and angels. They took fire, earth, and water, and they combined them with the 4 fiery winds. They wrought them together and made a great commotion. The rulers brought Adam into the shadow of death so that they might produce a figure again, from earth, water, fire, and the spirit that comes from matter, that is, from the ignorance of darkness and desire and their own phony spirit. This figure is the cave for remodeling the body that these criminals put on the human, the fetter of forgetfulness. Adam became a mortal person, the first to descend, and the first to become estranged. Enlightened insight within Adam, however, was rejuvenating Adam's mind. The archons took Adam and put Adam in paradise. They said, "Eat," meaning do so in a leisurely manner. But in fact, their pleasure is bitter, and their beauty is perverse. Their pleasure is a trap. Their trees are a sacrilege. Their fruit is deadly poison, and their promise is death. They put their tree of life in the middle of paradise. I shall teach you what the secret of their life is, the plan they devised together, the nature of their spirit. The root of their tree is bitter. Its branches are death. Its shadow is hatred. A trap is in its leaves. Its blossom is bad ointment. Its fruit is death. Desire is its seed, and it blossoms in the darkness. The dwelling place of those who taste of it is the underworld, and darkness is their resting place. But the archons lingered in front of what they call the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is enlightened insight, so that Adam might not behold its fullness and recognize his shameful nakedness. But I was the one who induced them to eat. I said to the Savior, "Lord, was it not the serpent that instructed Adam to eat?" The Savior laughed and said, "The serpent instructed them to eat of the wickedness of sexual desire and destruction, so that Adam might be of use to the serpent." The first ruler knew Adam was disobedient to him because of enlightened insight within Adam, which made Adam stronger of mind than he. He wanted to recover the power that he himself had passed on to Adam, so he brought deep sleep upon Adam. I said to the Savior, "What is this deep sleep?" The Savior said, "It is not as Moses wrote, and you heard. He said in his first book he put Adam to sleep. Rather, this deep sleep was a loss of sense. Thus, the first ruler said through the prophet, 'I shall make their minds sluggish, that they may neither understand nor discern.'" Kind of sounds as humanity has been for a long time. The creation of Eve. Enlightened insight hid herself within Adam. The first ruler, being again the demiurge, the first ruler, wanted to take her from Adam's side, but enlightened insight cannot be apprehended. Although darkness pursued her, it did not apprehend her. The first ruler removed part of Adam's power and created another figure in the form of a female, like the image of insight that had appeared to him. He put the part he had taken from the power of the human being into the female creature. It did not happen, however, the way Moses said, Adam's rib. Adam saw the woman beside him. At once enlightened insight appeared and removed the veil that covered his mind. He sobered up from the drunkenness of darkness. He recognized his counterpart and said, "This is now bone from my bone, and flesh of my flesh." For this reason a man will leave his father and his mother and will join himself to his wife, and the two of them will become one flesh. For his partner will be sent to him, and he will leave his father and his mother. Our sister Sophia is the one who descended in an innocent manner to restore what she lacked. For this reason she was called Life, that is, the mother of the living, by the forethought of the sovereignty of heaven and by the insight that appeared to Adam. Through her have the living tasted perfect knowledge. As for me, I appeared in the form of an eagle upon the tree of knowledge, which is the insight of the pure enlightened forethought, that I might teach the human beings and awaken them from the depths of sleep. For the two of them were fallen and realized that they were naked. Insight appeared to them as light and awakened their minds. And now things will get dark. Yaldabaoth defiles Eve. Trigger warnings ahead. When Yaldabaoth realized that the humans had withdrawn from him, he cursed his earth. He found the woman as she was, preparing herself for her husband. He was master over her, and he did not know the mystery that had come into being through the sacred plan. The two of them were afraid to denounce Yaldabaoth. He displayed to his angels the ignorance within him, and he threw the humans out of paradise and cloaked them in thick darkness. The first ruler saw the young woman standing next to Adam and noticed that enlightened insight of life had appeared in her. Yet Yaldabaoth was full of ignorance. So when the forethought of the all realized this, she dispatched emissaries, and they stole life out of Eve. The first ruler defiled Eve and produced in her two sons, a first and a second, Elohim and Yahweh. Elohim has the face of a bear. Yahweh has the face of a cat. One is just, the other is unjust. He placed Yahweh over fire and wind. He placed Elohim over water and earth. He called them by the names Cain and Abel, with a view to deceive. To this day, sexual intercourse has persisted because of the first ruler. He planted sexual desire within the woman who belongs to Adam. Through intercourse, the first ruler produced duplicate bodies, and he blew some of his false spirit into them. He placed these two rulers over the elements so that they might rule over the cave. When Adam came to know the counterpart of his own foreknowledge, he produced a son like the child of humanity. He called him Seth, after the manner of the generation in the eternal realms. Similarly, the mother sent down her spirit, which is like her and is a copy of what is in the realm of fullness, for she was going to prepare a dwelling place for the eternal realms that would come down. The human beings were made to drink water of forgetfulness by the first ruler so that they might not know where they had come from. For a time, the seed remained and helped, so that when the spirit descends from the holy realm, it may raise up the seed and heal what it lacks, that the entire realm of fullness may be holy and lack nothing. And from there, we will stop. We have one more part to get through, and we will get through that part in the next episode. So in this, humanity is imprisoned, expelled. Eve is defiled by the demiurge, and Cain and Abel are begotten. Afterwards, Adam has a child with Eve, who is called Seth. And Seth is the name of the lineage of Gnosticism that the Apocrypha of John belongs to. It's called the Sethian branch. It's a lot more pessimistic than the Valentinian branch. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed today's reading. It was a little bit darker. We will finish this up with the next episode. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.